Hey guys, Motorcar Nut here, and today we're going to be setting up the valve timing on a 1.6 liter EcoBoost Ford Mazda engine. All right, if yours is a 1.6 with the timing belt, this video is for you. It's a little bit, you need a couple of tools to do this job. You really can't do it, just by, let's say if you're doing a timing belt replacement. Well, maybe a timing belt. Not even with that, you're still gonna have to line everything up because everything turns. What I mean by that is that there's no spline, no keyways in these. These just turn. The bottom crank just turns. Everything just freewheels until it's all set up with special tools. All right, I'm gonna leave a link to a toolkit. It's not that bad. It's like about 35 bucks. It comes with even more tools than these. This is for the cams, to lock the cams in a certain position. This is to lock the actuators in a certain position. This is to put the car top dead center. If you're doing a head gasket, you're doing you're replacing the seals, taking anything off, you're gonna have to set the timing. All right, and there's another tool down there. Once I lift the engine up, I'm gonna show you. All right, so first things is this one. All right, this is going to slide in the back over here. All right, like that. And that's how you know it's in. You see over here? See how there's a slot? And the same thing on the other side. All right? And that slides in like that. And to double check, you see the valves right here, they're pointing up. Well, there's no pressure on the valves. The lobes are up. That's number one cylinder. That's what you want. Now we're gonna lock the crank in the top dead center. I'm gonna lift the car and I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Okay, so now there's gonna be a bracket here that holds the CV joint, and there's gonna be a bolt back here that you have to take out. You see that one right there? All right, and then we have to put this pin in there. And what this does, once you put it in there, it seats, the crankshaft's gonna hit it. And when you turn it clockwise, and that gives you top dead center on the crank, because everything, like I said, before you tighten everything up, you see this? This is freewheels. All right, it could be anywhere. And here's another tool that's gonna line up harmonic balancer. Okay, you screw the top dead center pin just like that, hand tight. Then you get a wrench, 18 millimeter, and you turn the crankshaft clockwise. You see how it hit? Listen. You see that? That's it. That's top dead center. You take this off. Now we're gonna go back up the top. Now we put the actuators on with the bolt just hand tight. Now notice that the intake, they're not the same, they're not identical. The intake one has a dot right there, and the exhaust has a line. And now the tool itself also has a dot, and a line, and it points up. All right, so right now, that's intake, that's exhaust. We're just gonna slide them on and just put the bolt on so they don't fall off, but we gotta adjust everything else after that. And you put the tool on, again, line with line, dot with dot. Make sure it slides all on, like that. These are still loose, hand tight, these can still turn. All right, and then the cam tool is still in here. All right, now we're gonna put the timing belt on. We're gonna put the timing belt on, and then we're gonna put the tensioner. Here's a new timing belt tensioner. It has the pin, we're gonna pull that out later. And this goes right here. And you see that little square box? That little square hole? That's where this one goes. So, come on, adjust. So, that square hole goes in that little hole like that, and it's going to go on something like that. All right, now, after you get the timing chain tensioner on, you're going to just pull out the pin. After you get the timing belt on, all right, pull it out. It puts tension on there. Now we're looking good. I'll go on the bottom, make sure nothing is crooked. And once you tighten them down, just take the wrench again, right? Put it here and just move it back a little hair. So, because you probably moved it as you were tightening it, to make sure that this still comes out nice. See how that can come out? And then the other one, it can just slide out like that. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go on the bottom and we're gonna, I'm gonna show you how to align the bottom part of this timing project. Now we wanna make sure, you can always just turn it back a little bit and then put it, make sure it's nice and top dead center. That's what you want. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that center bolt out, make sure the crank doesn't move. All right, then we're gonna install this tool. So basically this goes, if you still have your crank sensor in, take it out, and basically there's a little tab here that it goes into a little hole, and just this 10 millimeter right here, 10 millimeter, 10 or 8, and we're gonna put this tool. All right, so I'm gonna take this bolt out, and you should install that tool. Okay, now you see that little slot in there? All right, and you see this is like basically like a tone ring that the computer knows what position that the crank is spinning. That's why everything has to be lined up before you tighten it down. And it's gonna slide into this little spot right here. And you push it in slowly, but slowly, until you can feel it that it catched. See? It's pretty much there like that. From there to there. So you just put it a little bit in the middle and you just push a little bit more. I put that so you can see it, but that's how it's aligned. And once you're in there like that, now we're gonna tighten that bolt down. The crank bolt, you torque it to 74 foot-pounds, 90 degrees, and then an extra 15 degrees. What we're gonna do now is take out the pin for the top dead center on the crank, and we're gonna take the tools out and we're gonna rotate it almost 2 turns. Then we're gonna put the crank pin in until it hits, and then we're gonna make sure everything lines up with the tools on the top. All right, so now I put the pin in, it's at top dead center. Then we grab the tools now. All right, this tool. Okay, it's a little tight, but it lines up. If it doesn't go in, that's pretty much it. See? That's pretty it. That's it there. And this tool again. All right. Okay, that goes in good. I want to make sure it's straight. Don't worry about this part. It doesn't go in all the way over there. It just stays straight because it's, as long as it's flat here and there. And this moves in and out. That's it. It's not turning anything. And that's it. Timing's done. All right, so that's basically how you do it. Motor car nut, please subscribe, hit that like button. Any question pertaining to this video, leave it below. I answer all my questions. If you want to watch, I'm doing the head gasket on this car, a removal and install video. There's other parts you want to know how to take off. Those videos will probably cover it. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.